Today, we're going to talk about 3 rules of weight loss that no one talks about. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori Marvis, and I'm a board certified family and lifestyle medicine physician who is licensed in all 50 states in the United States and DC. So I'm happy to help you learn what I've learned from other patients, having seen thousands of patients across the country. So let's jump right in. So, what does this mean? 3 rules that no one ever talks about. Well, we all understand, we are all told, well, to lose weight, you need to cut calories and move more. Yes, there is some basic science and calculations there that are very important. But I want to talk a little bit more about what's going on between your ears, because honestly, that is really where the sustainable factor is using your mind to really help you be successful. So, let's talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk about those deeper, often overlooked strategies that really can enhance your success. So let's jump on to the first one is really connecting your actions to your why. What do I mean by that? Well, we're talking about understanding your motivation. When connecting your actions to like your core motivations is really crucial for sustained weight loss, right? So, knowing why you want to lose weight gives purpose to your efforts and keeps you motivated even when the going can get a little bit tough. Research showed back in 2021 that aligning your weight loss efforts with your personal values and long term health goals really increases the likelihood of sustained weight loss and adherence to those healthy habits that we always talk about incorporating into your life. So, how can you do this? Well, I give you 3 little options here that might be helpful, very actionable steps. Number one, let's identify your why. So just kind of reflect on the deeper reasons behind your weight loss journey. Is it to improve your health, enhance self-esteem, or increase energy levels? But I would even go further, right? So I would ask yourself why at least 5 times. So let's say I want to lose 10 pounds. Well, why do you want to lose 10 pounds? Well, I want to be able to wear different clothes. Well, why do you want to wear different clothes? Well, I want to wear different clothes so I feel more confident. It's like, why do you want to feel more confident? And why do you want to feel more confidence? Well, because right now I don't feel very good. I don't feel like I should be wearing certain clothes. Why do you feel that way? And then you start getting into things that probably bring up and evoke some emotion. You might feel some tears. You might even feel a little anxiety going that deep. But it's really important that we do that. And once you connect to that, that reason, the why that makes you cry, that is the true why, right? And really it gets from looking at external factors, right? So many of us are doing things because we want to live up to some external expectation. But when we start getting deeper into the internal expectations or the internal really desires of our deeper being, that, my friend, is your true why. And that's where you'll find success. Next is writing it down, right? So keeping that journal of why and writing it on paper so you can see it and read it regularly really is helpful for your long-term remembering your why and staying ahead of that. And reading it every day would be very helpful. Sometimes writing in a journal about your emotions, instead of like when you're asking those whys, maybe writing those out, you may find those are even more helpful. And then really thinking about using visualization, right? So visualization techniques can, for example, imagine your goals and what the positive impact it'll have on your life. But instead of saying, oh, where I'll be in the future, imagine that you have that now, right? Because if you are, way affirmations work is that you are thankful that you have it now. So when you're saying, you're visualizing, let's say I can walk, let's say it's an exercise and you want to walk or run a marathon. You visualize it and I'm like, say, I'm so grateful that I can run this marathon. And so, yes, you haven't done it yet, but there's something about that gratitude, number one, and number two, actually stating the affirmative that you've already have it moves you more directly in that direction. So, so that's number one. Two is really focusing on data over drama. Yeah, I said that, data over drama. So what does that mean? This is really talking about the power of tracking. And I've talked about this in a few videos back. So if you haven't seen some of those other videos, please feel free to go back and watch some of those. When we talk about the power of tracking, it's really, really important to understand that emotions can be very deceptive, right? And so instead of letting our feelings kind of dictate our actions, we really want to focus on the objective data. That's why I like to utilize a CGM, which is that continuous glucose monitor. Really looking at the scale as your friend. It's just giving us data. It's not a place of judgment or shame. It's just telling us, are the actions that we've been taking for the last week or so really moving us towards our goal or moving us away from the goal? And then we can make a decision based on data and not drama. And then, when we think about this, when we're tracking your progress with measurable data points, it really can provide clarity and you just kind of keep you grounded in reality, right? And so when you start shaming yourself or talking negative to yourself, that's not the reality. The reality is that you're a human being on this earth for a special purpose. And right now, we're just working through some of the things about getting our ship and our form, our what we're living this life in a better place, right? So we can do more of the things that we are driven, deeper down to do. And so I just hope that resonates with you. But there is some studies back actually just last year that show that self-monitoring techniques such as keeping a food diary and tracking physical activity really can have a long-term effect on your weight loss and maintenance. Okay. So what would you use? These are just a few things. One is use technology, use apps like Fitbit or an Apple Watch. You could do a food diary. You could do exercise tracker. You could do a MyFitnessPal or Chronometer to keep track of your food intake. Do regular check-ins. Schedule at least weekly check-ins. Some people weigh themselves daily because that will adjust their behavior for that day, which will get me to my third point here in a minute. But anyway, so just that way you can actually review the data and adjust your plan accordingly for the next week between one check-in to the next. And remember, stay objective. Avoid getting emotionally attached to numbers. These are just data. Today's numbers will not be tomorrow's numbers. They're just numbers. And getting upset about it doesn't change the reality that these are the numbers. All that does is take you away from the clarity of knowing what to do next. So remember, the right action comes in the setting of stillness and being calm and reflecting and taking time to just be. And if you're concerned that you're starting to get some emotions about, let's say, looking at the scale, look at the scale, you get your number. If you find yourself bubbling up, step back. Don't make a decision right then. If you start hearing yourself talk to yourself, go out in nature, go for a walk, do something that will calm you down, and then come back to it. It's almost like having an argument with a loved one, right? And so sometimes you need separation to cool down and then come back with a collected mind or a more thoughtful approach to the problem at hand. And I wouldn't even consider the data a problem. The data is just data. It's just a number. And all we have to do is like, okay, what did we do last week? Okay, what can we improve upon? And it's not because you're a failure. Nobody's a failure. These are opportunities, right? We can utilize this data as opportunities to change things and do better. You just can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different outcome. It just doesn't work that way. And once you accept that reality of this world, the easier it gets, guys. A lot of things get easier. Trust me, I've tried the other way. It doesn't work. So I'm just learning from me because I'm very stubborn headed. Well, anyway, and then I think the last thing I really want to speak about is setting your daily intention. This is so very important. This is really looking at mindfulness in action, right? So setting your daily intention can really help you stay focused and committed to your weight loss goals, right? So an intention is kind of like a guiding principle that on how you want to set up each day, right? It really influences your choices and your actions. And research shows that mindfulness and setting daily intentions can improve self-regulation and support healthier eating behaviors. So I do this every single morning. I go on what I call my morning mindful walk, and I really, really understand that the only thing that I can control is my inner state. At any given moment throughout any day is the only thing is that I can control my inner state. And when I control my inner state, amazing things happen, right? So if I control this and understand that I I am in control of my reactions, I am in control of my emotions, my decisions come to me. Yes, there are things outside of my control, but I respond to them. That is my choice. And my thoughts are my choice. My emotions are my choice. And I can choose to engage in emotions or thoughts that bubble up that I may not want to. Again, when you set your intention as like, today I am going to be connected to my being, that today I'm going to focus on how I can be helpful. Today I focus on gratitude. Today I'm whatever that is for you. And when you set your intention to be in that positive light, what's incredible, especially at the beginning of the day, your actions change, the outcomes change, your life begins to change, and you start seeing the ripple effect of that. Instead of, grumbling and complaining and thinking, oh, I'm just never going to be happy. Why do these things always happen to me? Change how you're starting your day. Let's step out of the story that we've been telling ourselves all these different years of why we can't do something. And instead of saying, well, what can I do? What can I be grateful for? And when you do that, it absolutely will change your life in so very many ways. Um, so here are some of the action steps you can do. One is that morning routine, really just starting your day with a few minutes of being mindfulness or meditation. It just really sets the positive tone for you. Next is daily goals, right? So write down a very specific intention related to your weight loss goals, such as I make healthy food choices today. I walk during my lunch breaks. And I would use it in present tense that you're actually doing, not I will, but instead of I do this. This is just what you do. So now we're setting this positive inner talk, right? You can even say it out loud. So we're changing the recordings that go on in our head. When you start doing this on a regular basis, your brain starts thinking it and you start doing different things. It just works that way. I think it's cool how it works that way. So you can not trust me or just walk in this in faith and try it and see what you think. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like the data. Just sit and reflect on your intention and how it influenced your actions, or maybe how you maybe broke away from your intentions, or how you really did stay on your intentions, right? So you can start looking about, where did my day go wrong? Where did I forget what my intention was? Or maybe you repeat your intention a few times throughout the day, especially if you know that you're going into kind of a more challenging atmosphere where it can be easy to walk away from what your true intentions are. So in conclusion, I just want to share with you, you really want to connect to your why, focus on data over drama, and really just setting a daily intention. And so I hope you guys will find that helpful. I'm so excited and appreciative of you being here. And I do have a free masterclass called the 5 Steps to Master Your Metabolism and Lose Weight. I speak to the 4 biggest mistakes people make on their weight loss journey. And I talk about my framework that I utilize with patients to help them understand their personal journey, and how, yes, a whole food plant-based diet is by far the most healthy diet for any human being, but sometimes that needs to be tweaked, right? Just like the patient I had a few minutes ago, we're tweaking the diet a little bit, and we've been doing it long. It's been plant-based, and that tweaking accelerates the outcome that he's been looking for. So those are the things, again, guys, so check it out. The link is below. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you would think to do so. And I thank you if you do. And thank you for spending your time with me, because I know it's the one thing you can't get back in this world. Yeah. And as always, I'm sending gratitude, joy, love, and peace and healing to you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate your time. Take care.